Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Thursday, May 19th, 2022. And we begin with the U.S. women's soccer team arguably scoring its most important goal yet, equal pay with the men. It took a decade of fighting, but yesterday the women reached a landmark deal with the U.S. Soccer Federation that means the two squads will have similar contracts, share all the loot they get from sponsorships and broadcast fees, and perhaps most significantly, split the World Cup prize money awarded by FIFA. Is that a big deal? You bet. In 2015, when the women won the entire event, their team got $2 million. The men's team lost in the round of 16 and still got $9 million. Star player Megan Rapinoe says it's a win for all female athletes and not only rights the wrongs of the past, but sets the next generation up for something that they could only dream of. A once-in-a-century sighting is bringing hope to lovers of the great outdoors. Late last month, a university student taking a morning walk along the Canadian side of the Detroit River spotted something unusual swimming in the water. An otter, for the first time in more than 100 years. Before laws made it illegal, both Canadian and U.S. factories used the river as a dumping ground for oil and petroleum. The resulting pollution left the water a toxic mess and ultimately unlivable, not just for otters, but for lots of wildlife. Conservationists like John Hardick, a scientist who spent his career studying the local ecosystem, credits decades of cleanup efforts for the hopeful development. He says, if the otters are back, it's a good sign. All 50 states now have something new and unwelcome in common. From the East Coast to West and everywhere in between, the average cost of a gallon of gas now tops $4 for the first time ever. According to a new report from the AAA Auto Club, the national average is $4.52 per gallon. The pain at the pump is even worse in California, where the price averages more than $6 a gallon. If you want to try and make your parents feel a little bit better the next time you're at the gas station, let them know they're probably paying less than residents in Mono County near Yosemite National Park, where a gallon of gas can go for $7.19. And with the Memorial Day holiday fast approaching, they're predicted to go even higher. Picture this. You're a high school student who's really good at two sports, and you have to pick one to focus on. The problem is, the one you're actually better at leaves you feeling bad about yourself. How do you choose? Former NFL quarterback Colin is tackling the subject based on his own experience in a new graphic novel, Change the Game. In it, the QB turned social activist recounts his own personal struggle choosing between baseball, a sport in which he was being actively scouted for college, and football, which he felt better reflected his racial identity and community. In sharing his experiences, Kaepernick hopes to inspire young people to have courage, confidence, and conviction in who they are and what they are capable of, regardless of obstacles they may face. The circus will soon be back in town. 5 years after the curtain came down on the clowns, acrobats, and tightrope walkers of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth has announced its return with one major change: no more animal acts. Before it shut down in 2017, after a 146-year run, the circus was accused of mistreating its elephants, lions, and tigers, resulting in lower ticket sales and tons of criticism. In preparation for the show's return in September of next year, the organization is launching a global talent search and says it plans to highlight a cast of international performers displaying incredible feats that push the limits of human potential. That's it for KidNuz. And now our KidNuz quiz, generously sponsored today by the Myers family of Brewer, Maine, who'd like to say a big happy 11th birthday to Cameron. Cameron, your dad, mom, Judy, Calvin, Oakland, Harrison, and Ellie all hope you have the best day ever, and they're also cheering on your awesome baseball season. Ditto from all of us at KidNuz. Now, today's quiz. What big victory did the U.S. women's soccer team just score? Equal pay with the men's team. What body of water is now home to at least one otter? The Detroit River. Former quarterback Colin Kaepernick turned his back on a career in what sport? Baseball. When the Ringling Brothers Circus returns in September of 2023, what will be missing? Animals. In our KidNuz Kicker, a word to the wise as the weather heats up. Be on the lookout for uninvited guests trying to keep cool. Just the other day, a family in Deep Creek, Florida woke up to the surprise of their life to find an 11-foot, 550-pound alligator taking a dip in their swimming pool. And last week, the Salado, Texas Fire Department posted on their Facebook page warning homeowners to mind their pool noodles after a report surfaced of some slithery snakes taking refuge in the noodle's perfectly snake-shaped center. Before we go, we again want to thank the Myers family of Brewer, Maine for sponsoring today's quiz, wish Cameron a happy birthday, and also shout out his friends and his teacher, Mrs. Winchester at Brewer Community School. Also on our shout-out list today, Ms. Lynch at Antelope Elementary in Little Rock, California. Mrs. Stevens Dragons at South Hamilton Elementary in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Mr. Hayes at Gale Middle School in Fredericksburg, Virginia. To Illinois for Mrs. Thompson at Mossville Elementary in Mossville. And Ms. Lager at Jewell Middle School in Aurora. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.